The FBI charging 80 people with trying to scam at least $46 million out of their victims.
At home, city officials in Oldsmar are asking people to check their email accounts.
Phishing is one of the most common scam attacks. About a third of security breaches involve phishing. We will show you what phishing looks like, different ways it can occur, and how to prevent phishing.
Overview. What is phishing? Phishing is a type of social engineering attack often used to steal user data, including login credentials and credit card numbers. Phishing attacks can happen through various avenues such as emails, phone calls, text messages, social media, fake websites, and even fake ads. Table of contents. Today, we will be going over a few topics surrounding phishing so that we can become better equipped to keep ourselves safe. First, let us talk about phishing through email. Legit government agencies, tech support, and banks would never ask you for your sensitive information. For instance, they would never ask you for your password, bank account numbers, or even social security numbers. So if you get an email requesting for those kind of information, you should be pretty suspicious about it. However, phishing through email can be easily spotted if you pay close attention to it. A few things that you could look for are the name on the email address of domain emails, the presence of correct grammar usage, and the presence of unsolicited attachments, and lastly, any kind of spurious URLs linked in the email.
Take a second to pause the video, look at this email, and try to determine whether it's a phishing email or a legitimate one. Alright, what did you think? At first glance, this email may seem innocuous, but there are some signs that can clue you into the fact that it's actually a phishing email. First of all, the subject is relatively eye-catching. Phishing emails will usually appear to be really good news, such as you won $1,000, or really bad news, like your account has been compromised, in order to entice you to click on the email. You may also have noticed that this email claims to be from a reputable company, but is sent from someone's personal email address. Phishing emails may be sent from someone's personal email or an email address that is similar to the company they claim to be, but is slightly off. They're hoping that you don't notice. The greeting used in phishing emails is typically generic. Here, for example, it just says, "Dear student." This is because these emails are sent out in large batches, so it's hard to personalize. There's also a few typos and grammatical errors in the email. This is common in phishing emails. This email also asks you to respond within a time limit. The purpose of putting on pressure is to make you act before thinking. Lastly, phishing emails may contain links or attachments that may download malware onto your computer. Be sure to hover over hyperlinks before you click on them, and it'll reveal the actual link. In Chrome, this shows up in the bottom left corner.
This is Agent John calling from the IRS. Is this Jessica?
Yeah, this is Jessica.
Your tax history, it says you owe $5,891.23 in federal taxes. Are you aware of this, ma'am?
No, I'm not aware of this. I always pay my taxes.
I see. So the amount you owe your system is from 2013. Does that ring a bell for you?
No, I'll have to check my tax return, but sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
The reason I'm calling right now is because this needs to be paid in full as soon as possible, or you will be charged for tax fraud. The IRS will be making public charges of people for tax fraud under Article 28.1 tonight. If you don't want to be charged with a federal crime, I suggest you arrange payments right this moment.
Wait, really? Are you serious? Tax fraud? Okay, I don't want to be charged. How, can you tell me how I pay this off?
Okay, great, ma'am. Let's get started right away then. First, can you confirm your date of birth and the last 4 digits of your social security number for me?
Okay, it's...
Okay. All you need to do, ma'am, is to give us your credit card number, expiration date, and the CVV number of that card that you want us to transfer funds out of. As the IRS, we have the power to transfer funds out of the account as long as we have the information of that card number and account.
My card number is... Phishing phone calls aren't the only thing to watch out for on your phone. Scammers may also contact you via text message. For example, some scammers are taking advantage of COVID-19 to craft phishing messages. You may receive a message saying that you were in contact with someone who tested positive for COVID. In this case, do not click on the link in the text. Some messages also claim that an ordered package has arrived. If you receive such a message, be cautious and check that you or the other people you live with really did order this package. Most legit messages will be delivered via an app by the company itself. It will include specific information regarding the order.
Phishing through social media. It helps to be alert even when you're just browsing through social media. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and others are full of posts and links designed to steal your credentials. Here is an example of a phishing Facebook post. And here is an example of a phishing Instagram post. Be on alert if clicking a link leads you to a website that asks you to sign into your account again. It may be a fake portal designed to look like Facebook's, for example, which is actually designed to steal your information. Also be careful where you post your sensitive information like emails, birth dates, phone number, or even your full name. Any of these things could lead someone to find even more information about you. With the advent of COVID-19, many cybercriminals have been putting out thousands of coronavirus-related websites on a daily basis. A majority of these websites are being used to host phishing attacks, distribute malware-laced files, or for financial fraud, for tricking users into paying for fake COVID-19 cures, supplements, or even vaccines. For instance, there have been phishing websites that have been mimicking many governmental and non-governmental organizations like the WHO, the IRS, and even the CDC. If not inspected and scrutinized properly, many people could actually fall prey to these websites and end up compromising their personal information and identity.
Alright, now that you know how to spot a phishing email, make sure to report any that you do receive. To the right of the reply arrow, select the 3 dots, and then select Report Phishing. If you're unable to log into Bmail, forward the phishing message to phishing@berkeley.edu. This will help Google block similar emails moving forward. While all this information might feel overwhelming and scary, just know that you can protect yourself by slowing down and paying attention to a few details. Visit security.berkeley.edu/education-awareness/fight-phish for more tips on how to avoid falling for a phishing scam. Security.berkeley.edu/resources/phish-tank for an updated list of phishing emails that have been targeting UC Berkeley email addresses. And security.berkeley.edu/education-awareness/toolkits/social-engineering for more tips on protecting yourself. As always, we are here to help. You can contact the SES team at scs-help@berkeley.edu if you have any questions about phishing, or if you feel that you may have encountered a phishing scam. We hope that this video has been helpful in preparing you to fight phishing.